Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, do that.
All right, we're good. All right, so we'll call this subcommittee meeting to order. We'll start with the roll call. I'm not entirely, but I'll go with the people that are here. So start with me. I think Mayo is here. We have Steve Remo.
Yep.
Jessica Medina.
Here.
Romy Portuando Remor. Whatever. I'm sorry.
Actually, not bad.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah, I always get mixed up. And then I think Carlos Padilla is also part of this.
He is
And
part of the committee.
George, right? And those two are not here right now, but that's fine. We can continue. All right, so order of business, additions, deferrals, deletions. I don't think there's anything right now. Public comments. I don't see anybody here right now, so we just move on to new business.
Okay.
So the business
All
movement.
right, so we had a call.
Yeah.
Was it last week? We had a call last week
Yeah.
with the representative from the Miami-Dade County, the teams. It was a pretty good call. We kind of fleshed out an agenda, so we can just look at the agenda real quick here.
Is that who would be per?
Yeah, yeah,
in the
yeah.
11 a.m.
Yeah,
and stuff? Okay.
So let's go through this. So we kicked back the time for 9:30, okay, for registration, because we had, I think we've kind of packed the agenda a little bit more than we thought, but it's there, okay? Registration and breakfast. So the discussion from Dade County was from the mayor's office that Senator Rene Garcia was invited to.
Cool.
Right, so we figured Mayor Matty Sid, it's on his calendar. And I guess a town council member or town council members, whoever shows up, it makes sense, right? So. That's what we have, and again, we were pretty adamant that this would be just a 3-minute intro.
Yeah.
I am so and so, we're very happy to be here, this is a great event, it's not gonna be a political grandstanding or anything like that, okay? And then we said we'd start the program at 10:15, and Francesca Covey, Sassy they call her, really is directly tied into Mayor Cava's. Right, she runs the Innovation Economic Development for Mayor Cava, so she wanted to do a 15-minute on what that whole innovation economic, what they do. So we said, okay. And then from 10:30 to 11, which you'll notice is the longest one, would be Danilo Vargas, Small Business Innovation Manager. He's gonna go over in 30 minutes. He said he could do it. The Strive 305, which encompasses the various different initiatives in their office and resources. And we gave him the longest one because this is really the meat and potatoes here, okay? And then we had here, Jonathan, how to grow your business with Miami-Dade County SBD. So I'm assuming that's within the and I don't remember, honestly, the SBD is within Dade County, correct? Do you remember?
The SBD or SBDC?
SBD. I remember, I've seen it, small business development.
Within Dade County,
Yeah,
right?
The
So,
office of the mayor. has
right,
one.
so the only,
County.
so we don't have a name here, but that is pending. I'm gonna follow up with them tomorrow. Again, 15-minute intervals, and then 11:15 to 11:30. Small Business Administration. I have a lady in the bank that is our small business
Okay.
administration. She runs that for Dade County. There's actually 2 of them or 3 of them in the state. So I'm gonna reach out to her. If she can't make it,
I have one.
but if she can't make it, we have Danilo mentioned another lady from the SBA,
Okay.
but I'd like to give my person a shot. Again, this is not an advertisement.
No, it's informational.
Pure
Yeah.
information, right? So
Yeah.
we want to be sure about that. And then 11:45 to 12, Annette Hungler from FIU confirmed that she can present 15 minutes on that last item, digital verification impacts in small business regarding the new immigration bill. I think that's important for small business people. Who has a lot of ramifications. So we have that late basically set up,
Oh, wait.
and then 12 o'clock. A Q&A for 12:30, and I guess that Q&A can, if we have enough people, that Q&A could maybe go a little bit longer, but I think half an hour is pretty
Yeah, I think
good.
so. It
And
just kind of
then,
depends on.
right, and then at the
question.
bottom, I put here, program ends. Business networking with the Miami Lakes Chamber of Commerce and Miami Lakes BNI chapter and local Miami Lakes restaurant. Did we-
Chelas, we said
Chelas,
Chelas,
yeah.
okay. You just spelled CELAS?
CHELA.
Apostrophe
S.
S? Yeah.
CHELA''S, and I'm gonna put the address,
Mhm.
Cool.
right?
Um,
And so this is it. We just need to nail down the SBD person,
Yeah, I have a couple, I have a update.
FIU. So you
Where's that
said about, so was it the Greater Miami Chamber you were talking
I
about?
was talking to them, yeah,
Okay.
we spoke a little bit more about the event now that we have more of an idea of what it was.
Okay.
And he actually told me, he's like, I don't think, he said that he doesn't think that they would be a good speaker. He's like, I think we want somebody that's a little bit more small business development oriented. So he actually hooked me up with, because he heard me mentioning them before, with Prospera. So I got
Mhm.
contacted with the VP. And she contacted me and said, yes, I want to speak at the event. I'm ready to do it. We just gotta tell her
What?
what, like, she told me, I actually confirmed the time, the date, everything. We just gotta tell her what it is and she'll be there. And,
Based on
yeah.
Jessica's email to the guys at FIU. If you look.
So FIU is just represented by a net number or?
No.
Okay.
So FIU would be represented, and I'm sorry, I have it here, I should have written it out. It's a specific gentleman, either the guy who runs it, David Van Hook,
Yeah,
or
or
his
kind of-
assistant.
Okay.
So the interesting thing is, if you look here, this is from your email to them. They work in a hub and spoke model,
Mhm.
right? So they have Prospera there,
okay,
right? So my email to him, I copied you and Jonathan was, listen, take your 15 minutes and give the audience exactly what the resources you guys have at the FIU SBDs, right?
Mhm.
And then he's gonna be able to say, we can do consulting, we can help business plans, we can hook you up with Prospero, whatever. So this is the agenda. We can do, we can add Prospera, or we can keep it under the SBD.
I really think we should add Prospera. I don't think people realize what a huge nonprofit they are. And I mean, this is what they do. And especially if you have communicated with the EP, I think it makes a lot of sense to add her. I will say, and I'm sorry because I know she's already confirmed, but I think the person that's most out of place in the agenda is actually Annette.
Yeah.
Because I'm very familiar with that legislation. It is completely out of segmentation for the people that we're pitching this event to. That legislation doesn't affect any business with less than 25 employees. These are not businesses with 25 employees or more. So, I mean, it's great information, but it's like in one ear and out the other, because we're looking at businesses that are within less than like 3 years of startup is what we segmented.
Mhm.
And businesses that are looking for capital funding, this is not a business that's 25 employees plus, So,
She was here the last time.
Yeah.
Excuse me for
Yeah.
interrupting. She was here the last time, public comment. She was quite eager to present that information. She had some material with her.
mhm,
The consensus around the table, if I'm not mistaken, at the last meeting was, yeah, it would be good to have her, right?
yeah, that's a positive.
Right.
It wasn't Obviously,
Well,
100%.
I made it, maybe I jumped
Yeah.
the gun then and said, I have her confirmed that she's,
Yeah.
I called her today, so she's on here.
So maybe we can give her like a little introduction piece, say, hey, this is who I am, this is what I do, but not 15 minutes. Because 15 minutes is a whole lot of time. If we-
it is a lot of time, and then you're speaking to a crowd that's not for that,
Right.
Tell me, guys, I'm open to any.
I do think that this is a really packed
Yeah,
agenda.
it is.
I definitely think if we need to prioritize Prospera all the way is my personal vote. Because that's who these people
Well-
really want to hear from.
Well, we might want to then speak to Brian Van Hook. And talk to him about what that would look like if we bring Prospera in, because part of what they're gonna be talking about also involves Prospera.
Yeah,
So you don't wanna be
Yeah.
double.
Right, and that's fine, I mean, if it, I mean, I don't know, I'm not familiar with the FIU center, so I, you know, so,
Give you an idea,
yeah.
right? So I don't know if this was circulated to the other members or whatever,
No.
but that's your email.
Yeah,
So he responded, he gave a big, take a look.
Okay.
Take a look, but he is like the. What's the phrase? Picture an umbrella, right? And underneath that umbrella is Prospera, startup FIU, the different departments. So to him, it's a spoke, right? So he's in the middle
Hmm.
and the different other entities,
So
they
something
work
that's
with.
interesting here is that they speak up, they focus on public health, is this? Oh my gosh, what is her name? Is there a woman that works for this program? She came and visited BNI, blonde glasses, they have a pamphlet about like public health services, does that have to do with this? No, I don't know how familiar you are with
But I
it.
think Annette is
sounds
with
like
public, that's Annette.
Is that a net?
Yeah, that's Annette.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's, okay, so that's so interesting, because she came from this department.
Yeah.
Amber luncheon.
Okay, so yeah, so she blonde, long hair,
Yeah.
maybe like in her fifties
Glasses,
or so,
yeah.
yeah, okay, so she came to a BNI meeting, yeah,
Yeah.
she. Well, that's not rich, that's not.
No, but I'm letting
But-
you know.
Yeah.
Program manager, Department of Humanities, Health.
Yep,
and
so
Society.
she came to BNI to talk about, you know, like part of the services that they offer through this program, it's
right.
very. Health focused, like literal health, like,
yeah, but
like,
that's not
like,
like.
well, what's interesting is that it says the program is built around the public health model. It
Yeah.
says it right here.
No,
She sent me an
but-
email with what she's gonna speak about,
Yeah.
I'll read it. She said, thank you for your invitation. I would like to discuss the economic impact of uninsured workers and how the Green Family Foundation Neighborhood
Uninsured.
Help can assist.
It's
small
about
businesses
insurance.
by being an option for their
Yeah.
employees for healthcare,
Okay.
legal services, behavioral health, and well-being care mammography services.
So, right, so it's health focused. I mean, I'm not saying that it's not valuable. I'm just, I don't think it's as relevant to what we want to focus on here. You know, because we're talking about public health services available to individuals that are underserved. You know, I don't think that's really the context of what we're focusing on
Yeah.
here. So,
All right, so.
I wasn't here last meeting.
Yeah,
sorry,
no, me
when she-
neither.
When she
Yeah.
spoke about all of this, you guys thought that what she was going to bring to the table was
She
good
was-
for this?
She actually was speaking about the new regulations or how to hire people based
Yeah.
on the immigration law.
yeah.
So that would have been a good topic. to
And that's
have.
what we.
That's, I just
picked up
mentioned
on
it before you walked in, that legislation only applies to businesses with 25 employees plus, which is not. What I'm understanding is not really the focus of this, and not because I don't, like, not because I dislike her or anything, but we just have a super packed agenda, and I think we need to trim the fat.
But
like-
it was not that she was going to focus on it. It was that regulation affects, so a lot of people don't know that it has to be more than 25 employees. So it was to explain the points of, you know, you have to do this if you have 24 more employees. If you don't have to, if you don't have it, you don't have to.
Right,
So.
so we're gonna give her 15 minutes, to say that, you know?
No, she was like
No.
steps by step. So we
Yeah.
thought that it was important because a lot of people, a lot of places are asking, right? It's like
Mm-hmm.
what, you know, and in order, the main idea of all the different topics, it was for different people to be interested, right? So if you have SBA lines, yeah, I do want to learn about SBA loans. He may be interested in understanding correctly the law of the immigration thing. Somebody else maybe wanted to learn about, you know, marketing. So different topics is what we believe is gonna
Correct.
attract more people.
Yeah.
And
So
I think
let's-
that's what was the
So
point.
let's do this, let's compromise. As far as, I personally think that particular piece of information should be disseminated. But let's compromise and maybe getting into a smaller timepiece.
Yeah, reduce your time.
Right.
Time,
Reduce
then-
time, or if FIU is already being represented, there's no reason why she can't attend, but if whoever's speaking on behalf of FIU. Can mention it, I mean, literally, we just talked about it in 2 sentences, you know, this law applies to businesses with 25 employees plus, if you don't have 25 W2 employees. You need not worry about this, if you're interested, hey, Annette from our department is here, you know, and can talk to you about it, kind of
But I
thing.
don't know if she
I mean-
is, I don't know if she is. Again. Let me just, let me just be open here. She showed up at the last meeting. Saying that she wanted to She even brought the paperwork with her, correct? That she thinks is, and we thought, okay, small businesses, we really don't know exactly who we're gonna end up getting, to be honest with you, right? It could be large, it could be people with more than 25, you never know when this thing is properly marketed, right? So I'm looking at her card here. And she is a program manager, bear with me, Department of Humanities, Health and Society. So I guess what I'm trying to get is, I don't know where I don't know. Is that subject matter part of her
So then.
of her thing?
Right, I just think,
Brian-
I just think it's interesting, like her description to Matthew about what she was going to speak about had nothing to do with the immigration topic, right? I mean, you
This
know,
is Brian,
that-
so
that's-
this is
I have
Brian's card,
Right.
and this is what he does, and
Right.
this is what, I
Right.
don't think it has to do with her.
No, it's a company.
No, it's different. She
Right.
said that he's across the hall from her. That's what she said.
Yeah.
But not the same.
But they're representing FIU.
they're representing FIU, which is, there's nothing wrong with that. Again, and I mean, I'm only saying this because we're still pending to hear from Prospera, from FIU, like we have a really,
FIU.
but we're gonna hear from FIU in addition,
Well,
to-
so let's do
Right.
this then. Let's do this. Let's expand FIU's presentation from 15 to 20 minutes. And let her be a part of the FIU and throw her in for 5 minutes.
I think that
Throw her in
works.
for 5 minutes at the end. We introduce Brian or his associate. We introduce her. Brian and his associate makes a presentation. By the way, my associate Annette is going to
Mhm.
do a very brief description
Yeah.
of the new law. And make it a 5-minute thing instead of a 15-minute thing, so we can bump in Prospera.
Which,
Right.
which Brian may very well wanna even introduce that, since it falls under his umbrella,
Right.
and like tie it into how it has to do with him,
And that's what I understood from his email,
yeah.
right? Because his center has access to Prospera, to branches, to these type of things, so he could
Mhm.
probably talk about what Prospera does.
Yeah.
through his
So maybe
thing.
we just give Brian the
Yeah.
11:30 to 12 and have him like organize it with his people and Prospera, you know? And have him arrange, you know, whatever is gonna contain those 30 minutes. Realistically, the odds of us, falling on time with these presentations, it's a low probability. This is really tight. We have not.
So
we
we
haven't
have
planned any
we're
buffer.
a stopwatch,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, we
And-
have.
I'll work out a signal, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we need a moderator that's like Conchipa, because we can't let
No,
them, you
listen,
know.
and let me tell you, when you start this program, the moderator will say, hey, this is the program, this is the agenda, maybe it's on the screen. We're asking all participants to stick to the time limit here,
Yeah.
Yeah,
right? Just very upfront. Would you handle Brian? Would you
Yeah.
take care of Brian and get back, and we gotta get this tight wrapped up
Yeah.
by next week, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
But who's the contact of Prospera? Is there somebody specific? or
yeah, I
just
have the
someone
name.
Prospera?
It's
Can you send that to me? So I
Yeah.
could just mention.
yeah, I'll
if
just
there's
CC it all in an email
somebody-
chain together. It's
Okay.
it's the VP, Mirna Sonora.
Oh, yeah, she's, yeah, I met her,
Yeah.
I met her last year, they did, that's where I met Danilo, they did a hell of a presentation. Similar to this,
Yeah.
with different entities at the Miracle Theater.
Oh, cool.
And my brother-in-law is with FPL, and he actually on the road and sponsored the whole
Oh, that's
thing.
awesome.
So.
Yeah,
they-
Marco from the
They
chamber really
put
talked
on,
already.
they put on a really good, they even had videos of successful case studies,
Oh, cool.
but it's more focused on the Latin business community,
I mean, that's,
which is fine.
yeah.
No, I'm just saying,
Yeah, yeah.
it's, the videos were in Spanish,
Oh,
the
okay.
owners were,
Yeah, I get you.
Hispanic, but it gave the story. This guy was, a year, whatever, and access to capital and business plan and. So just let's be clear about this, okay? Jessica, you're gonna hook up with Brian to see if he can coordinate with Prospera, right?
Yeah.
And also, you're going to maybe see if he can get
Yeah.
her involved. My apologies, guys. I must have jumped the gun on this.
No, I think that's totally fine. I think it's better to do that than not to.
You know,
I think it's better you did that than do nothing, so. I think that's totally fine. Nothing wrong with that.
you want to take a picture of this and maybe with the idea that she comes in with 5 minutes, right? And let him reach out to somebody.
Yeah, maybe we just make them like a giant,
We make them a
Super
big
thing.
time block,
Yeah,
yeah,
like the
from
three of them all
11:30 to
together.
12. I think that works.
Right.
and as well, the small business administration, Steve, with your people, was that supposed to be like a fitter thing if we couldn't find somebody, or that's something we wanted?
We
for sure?
wanted this.
We want that?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
That's
because
important.
it's very
Okay.
important for small business people, the programs they have are excellent programs.
Cool, cool.
low
That's
down.
why I trust you guys at the top.
No, that'd be very good. And I'm gonna wrap that piece up tomorrow.
Cool.
I have a question. Are we calling this Strive 305 Small Business Boot Camp?
Well,
'Cause then we're
we're
just like-
we're calling it Town of Miami Lakes Economic Development and Miami-Dade County Strive 305 Small Business Boot
Where
Camp.
did we get that?
Right, because that's one program that's presenting out of like 3. Do we want to give ownership to Strive 305? I don't think we should.
We can take it off.
Yeah, I think it should just
It's
be
also, I
Town of
think,
Miami
yeah,
Lakes.
Town of Miami Lakes.
Yeah.
or Economic development if possible,
So,
if
Yeah.
that's okay with them, obviously.
all right, so what we do is this, we finalize the agenda, right? And then we send it to Dade County. This is the agenda. This is how we're gonna market it, right? We take off Strive, right?
Mhm.
Another just real quick question, because the chamber did ask me about this, if we were gonna have any availability for like tables or something like that, for people to kind of. Set things up, whether it be for the speakers, I don't know if they're even saying for them, but an area for
I
that.
think all of the guys that I saw, I was exposed to at that last event for Prospero. And also at my bank, everything was audiovisual,
Okay,
was audiovisual.
Yeah,
It
but
was-
how about for after, if they wanna go up to them and talk to them, that'll just be informal or?
What we did, for us, we had about 50 people. All women and minority, African American businesswoman owners and Hispanic businesswoman owners. They just build around and kind of just,
yeah, I mean, we have the QA and then we're gonna do each other right
Yeah,
after right
and they
there,
can
so
start talking
that's
there.
sort of gonna be the, I guess.
Okay,
The mixer.
so we didn't, I had said that US Century would sponsor the breakfast, are we still good with that?
I mean, you tell me.
Yeah, no,
Okay,
we
yeah.
are.
Then
I
yeah.
just didn't see it there, so I didn't know if something else had been discussed.
No, we were always kind of like,
banking at it,
fingers crossed, like, yeah.
banking at it, bumped it,
Like bumped it and no.
like that said, you
Oh.
guys can't do it, thank you. Just-
Oh.
Just
Okay,
like-
I forgot it.
No love to the century.
And then if that person from Bank United cannot or is not interested, I would like to, we have an amazing head of our SBA as well. So again, it would not be to promote the bank, but
Yeah,
informative
yeah,
reasons.
because they even, this guy even, mentioned, and you may know this person, you guys may know this person, I'm not sure. I think this woman is a senior SBA person, the name rings a bell. But the concern I have. Bear with me, please.
You're good.
The concern I have is that there's going to be a seminar. Althea Harris,
Yeah, I've heard it.
she is the deputy district director, which is pretty high up.
Mhm.
Right, South Florida District Office.
Yeah,
Is it, the reason I'm saying it's iffy is that. Supposedly there's an major SBA convention or meeting.
that we,
District meeting, that particular, it includes September 22nd. So either she is okay with it because she's mentioned here. I need to find out. I'm gonna find out with my person.
yeah, we actually, I've heard her speak, at the Coral Gables Chamber of Commerce.
She's good, right?
She spoke with the head of our SBA on a panel, them
Right.
too. And they presented and she was very good.
Yeah.
I mean, she's very to the point,
Yeah, I mean,
very,
Good,
there's
'cause
no
we only
extra
have 15
fluff.
minutes.
Cool. That's awesome.
That works here.
504, 7A,
That's
SBA
it.
Express, and
Yeah.
that's it,
Yeah.
you know? All right,
But-
so you wanna go through the time slots again? 10:15, 10:30 is okay. Danilo, 10:30 to 11, half an hour. I gotta confirm how to grow your business with Miami-Dade County, 11 to 11:15. And I think from 11:15 should be to 12 should be the SBDC guys, right?
From 11.
From FIU, yep.
From FIU,
The
right?
whole, yeah, 11:15, wait, is it?
Or 11:30,
Yeah,
No, sorry,
11:30
11:30 to 12.
11:30 to 12 is the
11:30 is,
FIU block,
So
yeah.
11:30 to 11:30 to 12
is the FIU block,
is the FIU people. And
So-
including Annette Julio, whatever, Hunger, right?
yeah. I have one point at the 10 a.m., the intro. Can we have like, so that it's not like, so that there's actually a real introduction? If Matt, I would think, as the chair for
Yeah,
EDC.
yeah.
If like Matt to do a
Yeah,
formal intro, like
that's
a
a good-
2-minute intro, and then you know how it is. You
Yeah.
intro the senator,
Into the
then,
people,
yeah, you
name,
intro the
something.
mayor, the
I
mayor
get
intros
you.
the senator, blah, blah, blah,
So
you know?
let's
Like
put it
kick
here,
off.
so let's
Yes.
put it here,
Mhm.
Matthew,
Like 9:55 to 10.
Chairman, no, Matthew, Chairman, yeah,
Hey.
yeah, exactly, yeah, 9:55
Yeah, little intro.
to 10, I can redo this, so 10 a.m. Introduces,
Like welcome remarks by
Introduces.
EDC chair.
welcome remarks.
Mhm.
Thanks, Rolly.
You're welcome. I just,
I'm not
I think we
worried.
need,
Tight.
like it
Not
needs
worried.
to have
Formalize it.
like a formal
Yeah.
structure, yeah.
No, I think it's good to have a little,
No, it definitely is. It
we
definitely.
don't want it to be like a cold event.
No,
Yeah.
no,
No, for sure.
okay, so we got
Oh,
that.
I'm going like one of those like Hawaiian shirts with the
All right,
flowers.
Yeah.
so
I'm
what,
like, hey, everybody. Like,
so what's the concept for the networking and the BNI? Walk us through that. How is that gonna work?
I think that's gonna be like any
The same
BNI
thing.
chamber event that we always have, like when, I think at the end. So again, to finalize the agenda, so we have 9:55 to 10 by Matthew intros Manny intros Renee Garcia. Honestly, I mean, if the town council members are there, I really don't think that we should let every town council member.
you say like one.
I think, I think we should like remove it from the agenda, and I think the town council members can do their thing like they always do at the event afterwards, at Chella's. So that we save more time
I
for
mean,
like. the
Manny
meat
can
potatoes.
introduce
then-
them.
yeah.
Or just say them by name, yeah,
I don't wanna ignore them.
No, yeah.
so like give a nod to them, but not to have everybody speak about how great it's to get together for small business. Because they're gonna do that again at the networking event for lunch.
Or they may
You get me?
not. Or depending on their schedule.
Steve, when have you ever known a politician with a microphone in front of them that will not use it? You know, I
I'm
just
just saying,
think we need to reserve time for what people are there for, you know?
If Manny, we need to make sure that if we're not gonna give them the microphone, then we need to make sure that
That
somebody
Manny
that does
does,
have the
right.
microphone.
Doesn't,
I don't know
yes.
if it's gonna be you or Manny, does acknowledge them individually.
Mhm.
Okay,
have them
so listen,
stand up,
Yeah.
whatever.
town council members to be acknowledged,
Right, by Mayor Manson, perfect. Okay, so then,
Manny's coming, right?
is he coming or is it
Oh, we gotta
on
ask
his
them.
calendar? Like,
I don't
we don't know.
even discuss this with them.
Okay,
It's on it's on all their calendars.
okay,
But this honestly hasn't
Does
really
he
been
know
a
that he's
big,
talking?
this is now gonna start to become
Right.
more real. That's why we
Okay,
have to really like.
Momentum.
Exactly.
okay. So.
The most of us got out was
Yeah.
Annette telling some people about it, and I started getting emails. That was the first, I was like, oh, this actually does have interest, because I started getting, oh, I wanna do it, I wanna do it. So I was like, oh, I guess
Yeah.
there is
It's
interest.
not a promote
So
your business.
Matthew, if
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can like nudge Manny to make sure that we have him there, or that we can
Yeah,
confirm
I
he's
can-
getting there. And then
Sure.
once, Mayor Sid does his thing, introduces the town council members, at that point. Like, again, we need to have whoever's moderating it, whether it's Matthew or someone else, then come in and say, okay, we're gonna kick this off, this is our program.
you
You
should
give the whole
cover it.
spiel.
Really, like, there's gonna be somebody doing like, oh, and next we have whatever, like. I
Yeah,
don't-
because they need an introduction. Each person needs an introduction, and also that's the person that's gonna cut them off if they go over time. So, and give the whole spiel about we have a really packed agenda. We're gonna ask our speakers, to keep, their
Time-
remarks to
time-
the time allotted.
Yeah.
Just logistically speaking, we need to ask all the speakers for their presentations in advance, but we have no tech issues, none of that. So that we're controlling the PowerPoint, the deck, whatever it is.
Yeah,
And we.
yeah, it's gonna be with the
rotate
town's AV.
Exactly.
So we gotta make sure.
So,
Let's stop a minute, stop a minute. That logistical point,
Next step.
is good, so. Matthew, you're good basically introducing and be the quasi moderator of this thing, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay,
If you guys are okay with that.
all right, okay, now. Who's
That's what I was thinking.
who's gonna handle
What could we,
the coordination of the presentation? Is that gonna be you, Jonathan?
What do you mean coordination?
I mean,
like if all the
With the
speakers,
towns,
we have a projector in the hall. So all the speakers need to send in their decks beforehand
Yeah,
and then somebody there to run the deck.
yeah.
Yeah.
And what we can do is, need by, we're gonna have a need by date. for
Correct.
their presentation.
Okay, so let me just make a note here. Presenters. To provide. X. Presentation.
We need the Miami-Dade County in the title here.
I don't have an issue with that. I don't know how, I do
No,
think
we
that,
should, we should keep Miami-Dade County.
I mean,
No?
I don't know, like, I feel like if we leave Miami-Dade, then we need to put a FIU in there, then we need to put a SBA. I don't know. I think we should leave it just Town of Miami Lakes. I mean, it's us that are, that's hosting it. It's us that are coordinating all these people.
You know, on the call, look, I'm being very open here, on the call that we had. Francesca Colby really was, she wanted to say some stuff because she's directly hooked in with Mayor. All right. We have one, bear with me, 1, 2, 3, right? 3 out of possible 6 presenters, all coming from Miami-Dade.
Mhm.
We have Renee Garcia there,
Mhm.
right? Don't you think would kind of give us more of a oomph if we hook Miami-Dade in the subject also in the top? Town of Miami Lakes, Economic Development, and Miami-Dade County. Let's think about it. What do you think?
I don't think Miami-Dade is doing anything to put the event together. I mean, they're
They're
participating
providing-
because we
they're
asked them
providing
to,
They're providing 3 presenters.
because we asked them to. Right? If we hadn't notified them, they wouldn't be any wiser that we were having the event. I mean,
How is it 3?
The First Lady. Chief Innovation and Economic Development Officers, Miami-Dade. Anita Vargas from Miami-Dade, Senior Business Innovation Manager. And How to Grow Your Business with Miami-Dade County, which I don't know who's gonna represent that. So we got, you got from 10:15 to 11:15. An hour worth of Miami-Dade.
Who's taking care of knowing who's gonna represent that?
I'm gonna follow up with that. I'm gonna follow up with that. Right? And then I will confirm the SBA representative. Jessica, you're gonna really tighten up the FIU people, right?
Mhm.
So it's FIU people. Either they're gonna bring Prospero with them, or they're gonna talk about Prospero.
Mhm.
Either or, right?
either or.
Right?
Yeah.
And then Annette gets 5 minutes.
Cool. And I'll CC you in an email, just go like introing us all, I guess. With the Prospero lady.
All right?
The logo at the top of the agenda needs to be EDC, Love Chamber, but.
The chamber line.
Wrong logo.
How that happened.
I didn't know.
I
Yeah, I didn't even notice that.
no kidding.
How funny. No, I didn't even put this agenda together, I think, did I?
No,
I think I did.
no, the lady from Dade County put it,
Right?
and I
Dang, you didn't
cleaned,
get that.
no, and I
Some
cleaned.
solid SEO on that
No,
chamber.
no, no,
I was
so-
doing that.
So, and I cleaned it up,
Yeah.
right? I sent it to her, she sent it back, and I really honest to God didn't even look.
No, that's all, that's just the logo that comes up when she's looking at Miami Lakes business. I don't know. They got good SEO, whoever's doing.
All right, so you wanna take out and Miami-Dade County?
I do, I mean, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be contentious, they shouldn't have even put together the agenda, like, I just don't think.
No,
that's the place.
no, they put in their agenda.
Mhm.
And when we had the conversation, I said, okay, let's recap. This is a possible agenda. So she was the one that volunteered.
Okay,
And I cleaned it up
I
once,
got
sent
you.
it back to her, and I cleaned it up again. So this is our agenda, but
Yeah.
this was just the beginning of a draft, you know?
Yeah.
I just think from the first meeting that we had, we wanted to use this as an opportunity to elevate town of Miami Lakes and the resources that we provide to our community and everyone that ventures through our community. And, you know, it's,
Okay,
The-
so we take it out.
Yeah.
All right, everybody agree to take it out, we take it out. And what we'll do is we'll tell them we took it out after, but when we
yeah.
get the final agenda, you
Yeah.
know?
Okay, perfect. So, I mean, we don't have to put it in the agenda, but Matthew, you know that you'll be like introing every segment.
You be the
Right.
master of service.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
Be like,
no, that'd be
I'll take
fun.
that,
You need
yeah.
to wear a big AC graphic shirt.
There's a billboard that goes glowing like a.
And then have Tico come and do pictures, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see how that'll go.
Right.
My dad, I'm gonna like tell him to go somewhere else. There's another event
Yeah.
going on that day.
God,
Please,
So he doesn't
27.
show up.
Tell him it's a domino.
I think you should also moderate the Q and A. So when we have the Q and A, okay, guys, it's time for a Q and A. We have allotted 30 minutes.
Here's
You
a,
know, here, right, and then you're gonna, do not give people the mic. You
No,
hold the
yeah, hold the
mic,
mic.
yes.
You're on my heart, but you
Right.
stay on my.
You're gonna get it's arm day that day.
because you know what probably
Cool.
happened.
So
I'm
we
being
were,
Hold on, I'm being facetious. Some guy may get up. I am Pepe from
Mhm.
Pepe's Realty.
yep,
My number is so.
Oh,
so
yeah,
you
how's it,
have-
how's it?
guaranteed, guaranteed.
Yeah, like, hey, thank you, Pepe, but.
Okay,
We
No
were talking about the event afterwards,
Yes.
before we went on this tangent.
Yes.
So Matt, at the end of the Q and A, okay, great guys, great event, thank everybody, you know, clap, clap, clap. We're gonna walk over to Chella's, you know, for an afternoon of, you know, lunch, and yeah, that way you guys can mix and mingle. We have our Miami Lakes, you know, Chamber of Commerce and our BNI group there, you know, ready to meet you guys. For that event, I mean, if we wanna reach out to Chamber, BNI, I'm sure they're gonna wanna have a table. If we wanna set it up that way. If we wanna ask our speakers if they wanna have an actual table during that mixer. You know?
how is it thing, what's on the agenda, Chuck?
Yeah, that's more of the
Yeah.
what we can do there.
So what's the setup there?
Big room there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
huge room.
So we were going to provide some appetizers for like everybody to come and everything. I was thinking more like in the bar area,
Mhm.
right? So everybody can mingle. And very much that's it, but I don't know if you guys wanted to kind of do differently.
So
I think that's great.
What time limit? What time limit do you, in other words,
So lunches
Should they
are
come
not
over?
busy for us because, you know, we just recently opened lunches. So we don't have
you move a dinner outfit, right?
Yes. So it's Friday, right? Is it?
That'll be a Friday.
It's a Friday.
So
It's our
what is it?
busiest lunch, but not crazy, so I can reserve like the bar area. Because not everybody will come and we don't know how many people, so let's say 30 in
So
total.
it's gonna be like hors d'oeuvres,
What I'm
and cash
thinking
bar,
is-
if anybody wants a drink, they pay
Yeah,
cash for a drink.
And we can provide some appetizers for
Appetizer.
everybody to kind of reach a lunch.
And
And
what
if they
time,
wanted to buy lunch, they buy it on their own and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Exactly.
so you wanna give a timeline from 12:30 to?
So yeah, let's say 12:30 to 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you gonna mention when speaking about cellas, are you gonna mention that they're gonna be providing appetizers on the house, like something that
Gets people wanting to
Yeah,
get.
go
to
with
it.
stick around.
Motivate them.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I even think we should put it on the agenda to give Chella's a shout out.
After, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, then post networking, whatever, at each other.
Yeah, but this.
So I'm gonna get my people to help out. Who was the graphics for this?
Yeah,
Okay.
I can put Chella's logo in there.
Thanks.
There's gonna be a
Yeah,
logo.
that's-
So when would you?
Yeah.
Do you want my people to help you or no?
Uh,
Do you want my people to help you or no?
I mean, if you, I mean, I have a busy workload.
No, my-
I like
Not your
it.
people, call my people, call your people.
I'm busy.
Because I can ask my letter, like, hey, come up with a thing for this.
I'll
what it-
email you, I'll
Okay.
email you, and what we could do is have you, because, you know, this is the first event, which is pretty awesome. We can have you as like the first, you know, happy hour or like recap sponsor, like happy hour sponsor, or, you know. something fun
I
like
think that
that.
sounds creative.
Trust me.
Yeah.
I've asked Jacob enough, so.
Let me ask you a question. When do you need the decks by?
I thought September 15th. That's the Friday before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
And it
fine.
gives, you know. because
That's-
Gives you a whole week.
Won't submit it by then.
Right,
Well, that's
That
the thing.
close, that close. Close, right?
or do you
I
want to do
don't
it
think it should be
September 10th?
Yeah,
September 10th.
Yeah.
that Monday or
September 10th.
whatever,
Okay.
that Monday.
That Monday, so that Monday
What Monday is
is,
that day?
that Monday is the 11th, September 11th.
Yeah.
Oh, my. 9/11.
Yeah,
Hmm,
they're not gonna finish that day, hopefully you'll have it out by the 15th.
All right, now what about logos?
Yeah, I sent out an email. I'm trying to get everyone's email that,
Logos what? For all their logos?
yeah, like, you know, of course,
Yeah,
the
for
county
sponsorship and
and
all
of
that.
course.
When do you need that?
size. I mean,
as soon as possible.
like ASAP, yeah,
Yeah.
because that would be a.
I'm gonna put here all logos by what, first week in August? I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, we can do a lot of these logos already, right? They're just online.
Yeah, I just want, it's more to just make sure that, you know,
Right, it's the newest rendition.
like I have ours,
ideas.
the counties.
Yeah.
FDC, start
So
to-
it's confirmed then still, it's just the thing with FIU and then the one person from Miami-Dade, right? Those are the only two.
No.
no, so it's Jessica's gonna handle, be responsible for the FIU. And then within the FIU is Prospera.
Yep.
Right? And
Annette,
somewhere along the line, somebody's got on the face, somebody's gonna tell Annette, instead of 15 minutes, you got 5 minutes.
I've never met her, so it's okay.
She's a nice lady,
Very nice lady.
nice lady.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
All right, so,
Like our-
I'm seeing we have finalized our agenda.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
okay,
good.
5 minutes, right?
Yeah.
And then she's coming in with this guy, right? So I'm gonna finalize the SBA tomorrow. I'll commit to that, right? And I'll reach out to Danilo of who's gonna represent the small business development for Dade County.
Cool.
So I'm handling that. So
Cool.
I got this one. And I got this one. Okay,
Cool.
so these two is for me. Jessica's got the FIU.
Yep.
And she'll communicate with Matthew and the rest of us.
Yeah. I will.
And
Once
once I get the information,
Pass the monkey.
all right, so I mean. So what I'm gonna do is this, guys, I'm just gonna confirm these two individuals, right? I'm gonna send the agenda. Jonathan, do I send it to you for finalization? After I can confirm these people? And then Jessica feeds in her information to you, and then you wrap it up. I don't know what's the most efficient way of doing this.
Do you have do you have the file for the agenda with you?
No. I
No?
don't-
You don't have it like on your phone or something?
No.
We can edit it right now, no?
You have it.
Yeah.
I guess some, maybe some, yeah, there's some time, yeah, you have it, right? Yeah, you're right.
There it is.
And
There
I
it
don't-
is. Perfect.
And I don't know if we went over already to it, but do we have the specific topics or not yet?
Bueno,
Yeah,
Only from-
yeah, for the most part, they're all there.
They're all there.
The only one that's not specific, I guess 100% is FIU. They're gonna tell us now with their new merger of the three, how that'll work, I guess, but even then, it's already kind of figured out what they're gonna talk about.
Because what I'm trying to say is that when we do the flyers and everything, so everybody knows, oh, I wanna learn about this, that, so.
I get you.
After us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like some bullet points, like learn about, blah, blah, blah,
Okay.
blah.
All right,
Okay.
Small business administration, different financing options.
Lending through the small business administration,
Not through, with
or lending from, small business administration loan.
small business
Like
administration.
how to apply for it.
how to apply for SBA loans, yeah.
You know,
Yeah, you know what, that's a
Very-
key, how to apply for SBA loan.
We need like
That
simple
is, like,
titles.
very-
That's what he's saying, yeah.
Yeah.
Like understandable, not future ready, chief innovation, and economic development officer, Francesco Solvay, like that, like we need, you know, we need like how to apply to whatever, and that's all it says.
He was adamant to be.
No, I'm not saying that she's not on it, no, I'm just saying that,
Okay.
like instead of saying like,
But-
we need
but
a name for the program.
Right,
in
you put,
marketing purpose.
you put that
Yeah.
on the agenda, he's talking about a marketing flyer, absolutely.
No,
A
I'm
marketing
saying-
flyer, nobody needs to know who's speaking, none of those people
No.
know who these
I
guys
don't know,
are.
but I go to
You know,
like a.
But yeah, we need like a
title
catchy title
like
for each
what they
thing.
are.
Yep,
All right.
without names.
Cause I personally don't have any clue.
Right, like once
That's what-
future ready, you can say it, you know, right, yeah, so.
That's what I mean, like, if I were to see this and be like, Striker 05, then what am I learning?
Yeah,
I'd be like, what even is this?
Right.
Yeah, that's why, so,
Okay.
yeah, that's
So
why I would have to
do
be like,
we-
how to apply for this?
do
Make
we
more
know-
money or get money
Right.
for your business, get more money in your pocket now. sort of
Right,
thing,
do we
whatever.
know, like, what the
Yeah, so-
description of Future Ready or Strive 305 is? Do we know?
I have it somewhere.
Can we just pull from their website, I guess, like,
Yeah, it's
hot,
on the, yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
right, just hot topic things, so and then,
But do we know
What
that
they
they're
would
gonna
do.
stick to,
They're
right,
exactly-
right,
No, we need to ask them.
yeah,
Yeah,
Bullet, hey, can you give me, I understand that you're gonna come up with your, whatever that's gonna be due on September 9th, but can you give me bullet points for me to work with right now for my flyer?
yeah.
Like, we should ask for that,
yeah. So that way it's kind of easier to market.
yeah.
Okay.
And not mark it incorrectly, because God forbid we put something there and then they don't even talk about it.
Okay. So who's gonna reach out to, is everybody just gonna reach out to their individuals? I
Yeah,
guess?
like I'll get
Do it
that.
in a day, and then we
people
get
that
this-
are, Yeah, reaching out
Okay.
to, Yeah, I guess, you could do that for
Alright,
the
so-
Miami
so-
Dade people.
I will reach out to, so you're looking for basically.
Just a little summary,
Bullet points, yeah.
so it's a summary of what it is you're gonna say,
Yeah.
like a little elevator pitch of what your thing is, your topic is.
And then we'll come. up
Brief
with a-
summary of the topic.
Yeah, just so we can use it for marketing purposes, that's really what it's for, for marketing, advertising. And if we ever need to like make a little formal like Eventbrite or something like that, you know, it'll be on the Eventbrite, like. Learn from, da, 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 learn about, da, 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 you know.
Like the Eventbrite agenda.
Exactly, because Eventbrite does have that, and Eventbrite would be a good thing for that, to be like, you know,
All right, so this
Yeah,
is,
just have
topics,
a
da, 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 da,
visual-
super simple. Topics, da, 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 by, da, 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 you know what I mean, like every other event that you see out there in the world, do something like that.
Like come and learn. blah,
Yeah,
blah.
come and learn, da, 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 like that, I get what you mean, I get what you mean, separate, even just for the, like, for descriptions and stuff too, separate from just flyers, like bullet points.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that'll be good,
so you're gonna take off. The logo,
yeah, the logo, and we're
and we're gonna
moving,
include Matthew from 9:55 to 10.
yeah,
Mhm.
Introduces
yeah, little welcome
Yes.
and introduce the politicians, I
and
guess.
the panelists, right?
Well.
Well, we're gonna do the
introduce
panelists like
panelists
one by one,
after-
they're like
right,
coming in.
Right,
Okay,
you'll
all right.
introduce the panelists after,
Yeah.
the mayor and the senator.
That's what, I guess I can ask them for that eventually, but I guess an intro for the panelists, like, I'm not, I guess I can like pull their bios, but I figured they
No.
probably have an intro. At least that's how we do for the chamber, they give us their intro,
Then we need to request that if you
Yeah, yeah,
don't
yeah.
request it, yeah.
yeah, then no one gives it to us. 'Cause if not, I just read what's on their LinkedIn, just read their about on their LinkedIn.
Yeah. This lady is Chief Innovation and Economic Development Officer for Miami-Dade County. What do you do?
Yeah.
All right, what do you do?
We're going to set up like an Eventbrite or something, so when we do the marketing campaign, you know how many people have RSVP.
Is the town setting it up, or do we set that up? Because the chamber always sets one up for our stuff. Does the town have its own Eventbrite stuff you guys set up?
We
in
do.
Bush?
We do. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. But since it's an EDC thing.
No, I'd rather it be through the town, I'd rather
Yeah.
it be through the town if we could,
And,
so then, yeah, so we'll do that.
Jonathan, so you got you got the times on the agenda, right?
Should be.
FIUS BDC 11:30 to 12,
Mhm.
and underneath that is gonna be Prospera and then Kungler, 5 minutes, whatever. And then, 12:30 to 2. Cellas. Right?
Yep.
And, yeah, that's about it, making progress, right?
No, I think so.
So do you want me to send this edited one in a blank copy to you guys?
Yeah, sure.
You were gonna,
Yeah.
what were you gonna do with it before that? You were gonna send it to Dade County or no? No,
No,
just send it to us,
send it to us.
yeah.
Send it to us, and then we know who we need to confirm with
Yeah.
speaker wise, and then
I'll
once we
just-
have
I'll
that,
double check it. What I can do is I can add the ladies' names or the people and send it back to him.
okay,
How about advertising through the Miami Laker? Who's gonna handle that? You guys gonna handle that? Do we need to go to the?
We'll
Laker?
handle it. We're gonna set out our like run of events for the next month or two.
Okay.
I mean, we have.
we asked her if we
the-
could do the issue thing, like in her empty spot, she can do a bigger thing about this. Instead of just listed as well.
Mm, Well, we have something that might.
We could put the flyer in there, man. We could put the flyer in there,
yeah, I mean,
you know?
could we pay for advertising to the later too, with some of the funds too, to do that, like that would get rid of this.
I think we had said that we were gonna,
We want it.
yeah, we're gonna utilize our funds. I think we had said a 3/4 page. I don't know if a 3/4 page is too small to put a whole flyer, like a whole.
That's that this thing is
Yeah,
$400.
Yeah,
But he's going more easy.
yeah, and not cheap.
I'll ask, I don't know.
Alright, cool. Alright, cool. So we know what we're doing
So,
now. What's the
To
next step?
design
Yeah.
that flyer, because we're gonna have the agenda, which you pretty much got done, and we need to have like the flyer promoting the different segments and whatnot. To design that flyer, do we all need to reconvene again to approve that and whatnot? No?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
You can do that electronically also.
Okay, no, it's not sunshine.
What do you mean?
You know, like any,
I know, but
Well-
why isn't the flyer,
what,
it's something that we're gonna distribute.
Right.
That doesn't follow, oh, it's not sunshine.
It's not sunshine, that's why we can't do it via email.
It's not
No, what do you
sunshine.
mean?
oh,
Yeah.
you're saying it doesn't have to be sunshine.
No, I'm saying that it's not abiding by sunshine if we do it over email, right? We would have to reconvene for another meeting, no?
Well, I want to talk about anyways, when we want to do the next subcommittee and the next steps now, because I know what we're gonna do now is we're gonna reach out to our individuals. Right, but when we take a step back a little bit, in the last meeting, we were saying we were gonna do, I don't know if we're still gonna do this, might not be necessary. We wanted to do a Zoom after the fact, once everybody was confirmed, with all the speakers to discuss topics.
Yes,
Is that still
with all the
necessary?
stakeholders we're gonna present, right?
Yeah, is that still
Yeah.
necessary? Is that like something that we still want to do? Like, I'm not even sure if it is, if everyone's gonna have their topics like this already. You know, I don't think
I
that's
think
necessary.
that's too much.
Yeah, I don't think that's necessary. I just want to make sure that we're clear, that's why I'm bringing this up.
It could be just setting the show run or the agenda rather.
Yeah, I don't think like they all need to be in a Zoom call together, but we do need to have what that Zoom
No.
call, we need to do what that Zoom
Yeah,
call was gonna
before-
do.
Before
which
we
is-
do that
This
last,
is us. This is it. Final.
we need to get from them a very brief summary on each topic.
Yeah, I mean, that is gonna be basically that, like, if we get the basic summary confirmation from each of these people,
Right,
then we know, okay,
that's the flyer.
that's it, they're confirmed. That time slot, we've got their summary, we know they're gonna speak about, they're gonna be there. I consider that the Zoom call, you know what I mean? If they send us back, hey, this is what I'm speaking about, I'll be there. I consider that the confirmation, we're good. Right?
Yeah.
I think we should be good on that.
So we do, again, then I guess we report to the,
We just gotta find out how to like, that's why I wanna do another subcommittee meeting. To like,
When we
reconvene and say,
Stop everything
here's the
again.
summary, here's my summary, we're all good, it's all in the
These
schedule,
are the
check,
I
done.
think what we can talk is how we're going to market.
Exactly, but that's why I wanna just be done with this entirely, with the agenda, like all that part, the organizing part.
Yeah.
And that way we can worry about marketing, Jonathan and I doing that kind of stuff, and we can all, throw in our
alright, so
ideas.
you wanna.
That's why I went to the next one, I can do it,
Yeah.
next week, but like,
Right.
it's
The
up to
We
you.
need to give these guys time to reply,
Exactly, exactly.
right?
That's why, what
So,
do you guys think?
yeah,
We're running on
I would say, I mean, it's
Middle of
July,
August.
right?
Middle of August.
September.
the end of July.
So EDC meetings.
Well, yeah, it's already August.
Yeah.
We're 2 months out.
We're right, and realistically, we need to market this, I mean, at
A month.
least 30 days,
At least 30
right,
days, yeah.
at least,
So that's why we're close.
right?
The next EDC meeting is August 15th.
So realistically,
If you
I
wanna meet
mean,
and have
I mean, it's,
For the committee then.
I was gonna
Let's
say
meet
before, like, so like August 8th,
Yeah.
you know? So that gives the speakers
August
a week,
Yeah,
this
next
week and next week.
Yeah, give us next week to try to get all the
Yeah.
information.
So if I can go from today, gives them 2 weeks.
Give them 2
Yeah,
weeks from today to
Okay,
get that,
doable.
We then, I will reach out to whoever it is.
Yeah, and your two that you had.
Right,
Yeah.
and Day County,
Oh, that's right, yeah, you're the group, that's right.
right, so
So
Day
the group-
County, the SBA, and
Yeah, that's your people, Dade
right,
County and
so
SBA.
I have
Dade
them
County
for summary.
has some stuff.
Jessica, you're gonna ask your guys for
That's why you
summary
will spend on, yeah.
and what they're gonna, on the different the 3 items there,
Mhm.
and that's.
And
should
that's it.
take care of that.
and also their bios, just go ahead and ask them for their bios
Yeah,
already,
I
so that we
think
get them
that's-
ahead of time.
Bios or intros. and
Their
speakers,
bios?
they have it.
Yeah, they're,
Short bio.
yeah.
Short bios, yeah,
very
put-
short.
I mean, I'll cut it down to what it needs to be, but just give us a bio.
Wait, and in this, I'm just gonna put everything all together.
Yeah, of
So
course.
I wanna be able to tell them that then we expect for them to have what to us, specifically how do I call it, by the 11th.
Summary of your presentation. No, but she's saying everything, right? You're saying everything.
Yeah.
So you're
Yeah.
saying deck.
A deck,
or
your
the-
presentation deck, if you're gonna use one, because maybe they're not gonna use it, but if you're gonna use a presentation deck, we need it by September 11th.
Any visual or
Mhm.
audio thing they might include, if they have a video or anything separate they
Right.
wanna play.
The logo in the back.
And logos, yeah, any logos or marketing materials that they want included on flyers and any kind of promotional items.
That we need before September 11th, that we need by August 8th.
No, that's what I'm saying, that's what
Okay.
she's sending that now, like, she's gonna send it all as
Oh,
one
you're gonna
thing,
send that all as one, got it. So, yeah. So
which I think is a good idea.
So,
Yeah.
to have it all
just
together.
for my own head, when I reach out to the people I'm gonna reach out to, I'm asking them for a summary. And I'm telling them that the decks and the logos,
Presentation deck due by 9/11. That's a different
Right.
deadline,
it's a different deadline.
but. with-
Logos as soon as, well, you have logos, you have to ask. them.
Yeah, we don't need to,
I should have the bulk of the logo.
Okay,
so we're okay.
and then short bio of the
No.
speakers,
But I mean, I would still ask for. the
right?
logos.
Short
So-
bio.
Yeah, short bio.
description, short bio, and logos by August 8th. Those are the three things that we need by August 8th.
No, till August 7th.
August 7th.
We're
okay.
meeting-
Yeah, August 7th.
Okay,
Yeah,
August
you're right,
7th.
you're right.
Description, short bio, and logos by August 7th.
Hold on, description,
Short bio, personal bio,
Yeah.
and logo for any marketing purposes by August 7th. And then final presentation deck or any audio visuals that will be presented during their presentation must be sent over by September 11th.
so we got two items.
Correct.
One, item two.
And I think when you guys ask them for their short description of what they're gonna talk about, like, maybe you can even pose the question. If you were going to market your presentation on a flyer, what title would you give it? Like, literally ask them the question, you know, if you were going to market your 15-minute presentation on a flyer
What would you,
to people who have no idea who
Like-
you are, what would you call it? You know, we want your input.
yeah, for sure. For sure.
Okay.
Sweet, yeah, and then I think once we get all that for those speakers, then we just get together on August 8th. We go, okay, perfect, this is the little agenda with the easy to understand topics. Let's start talking about marketing, you know, and then we can just go all out on the marketing and on that August 8th, and then August 15th, I'm sure we can approve any other last things we need to approve budget wise that we talked about on the 8th, like, oh, this much to social media, this much to that.
Okay.
I think we're good. Yeah, I think we're in a good spot. We know what to do. We know what's coming next. This is gonna be cool. This is gonna be exciting. This event I think is gonna be pretty good. The more it starts to build up, the more that it's like, oh wow, this is actually gonna be
I think.
a pretty solid event, I think.
My gut tells me we're gonna have some good turnout.
No, I think so. And the chamber wanted to let me know when we're done with the agendas or the flyers and all that stuff. To send it their way, because they, like what you were saying, Steve, they want to market it across all their stuff too.
Yeah.
And they want to push it
Yeah,
across
this
the
is gonna be-
members, and
this
they
is
want to come to
It's gonna
the
be
greater chamber
It's
wants
gonna
to be
be
here.
picked up it's gonna be picked up outside. When I say picked up, it's gonna be this stuff. This seminar is gonna be picked up outside of Miami Lakes.
I was gonna say, like, I have a friend
Yeah.
who's a news reporter for NBC6, I'm gonna tell her. Because if they announce it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, man, this is gonna.
Hey, I want the problem to be
They
that
don't
we
have enough
have
speed.
Then
too
it will
much.
be,
I'd rather that be a
yes.
problem than.
And then
Yeah.
everybody goes and spends a ton of money.
Cause then
on
it'll be
channels.
like, wow, next year the EDC, we really gotta, we really gotta think about it, like, where are we gonna
You're-
go?
you're
We're
gonna be short
already
on
outgrown.
funds.
If that's the problem we have, cool, but
Yeah.
we'll see, what happens.
So we can put
I don't wanna
all
get too
these
excited,
updates
guys.
in
We'll see.
in the
Huh?
report to council.
Can we have,
And you can,
What update, or which?
we
or
could just,
the-
you know, offer
the-
updates
like
on.
this
Jonathan,
the
do we
progress.
have enough of this sticker and the cows, the EDC branded cows to give away?
Bunch of stickers.
Oh, we can, that's a
Okay.
good idea to have stuff like
Let's
that.
get some giveaways. Do we have like EDC branded pens or anything like?
Yeah, we got the folder.
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
all that.
stuff.
Let's whip all that out. Did we find the tablecloth, the banners?
No, we have that on the banners.
No, we don't have the banners. Can we,
The pins
can
and
we
stuff.
approve?
I was gonna ask.
I was gonna
Bryce,
say, yeah,
I'll bring
we
it down.
get some
I'll
stuff.
the pins.
Yeah,
Yeah.
At least.
and or like, can we make a banner by then so we can, you know, yeah.
That's why I was gonna bring the prices last meeting, but I didn't, so I'll bring them
He said-
August, what is it, 15th, our next meeting, I'll try to bring all the
Put it
prices.
on the
for
agenda, on
graphics.
my agenda, so you need to bring it.
Yeah, let me write it down too.
And I guess in that report to council, you can informally / formally ask them to show up,
Yeah.
which I still need my money.
Yeah, you need that by Friday, right?
Yes.
How
He
many
said
council
if not,
members are there?
ask
10?
people.
Huh?
All the Tico do.
I don't
What?
know. Cause when he responded, when Willie responded about the banner, the
Oh,
retractable thing. He said it may be in the storage room in front of the town clerk office or the storage room next to the elevator. If not, ask people.
no.
You have.
I don't think
Robert's
he knows.
number.
'Cause I remember talking about it, but
Yeah.
maybe.
Call
I'll have to go. But
Just
I don't think.
just so you guys know, just so you guys know.
Yeah.
I've been given added responsibility. So now I am running the Hialeah office too.
Oh, yay. Do they
Nice.
give you more money with that added responsibility as well, or just added responsibility?
Have you, do you currently work for, or have you ever worked?
For a bank?
For
No,
for the IRS?
I have no interest in working for the IRS. or the bank. I just know what
I
it's
just
like
had
to
to
work
ask
for
that
corporate.
question, you know what I'm saying? That's what-
This goes in the minutes.
that question, did I? It's on YouTube, right?
I'm just griping from one corporate employee to another. Usually responsibility comes with no extra money. It's just responsibility.
I just texted it to him.
You did? Which number you texted it to?
That's the one I have.
Your official one. Okay,
Um,
cool. I gotta
Two
call him,
phones.
I gotta call him.
I gotta
because
text Steve. That's my goal.
We're
Two phones.
These are the words.
Your says two phones stink. Like I asked him too. I was like, do you have like a dual line? He said he hates having two phones.
This is the bat line, and this is for the boss, for the
Batmobile?
call me.
Okay. One's always on vibrate,
When
one's
you-
always, yeah.
But now with the
Yeah, he gives
electronic,
the one that's on vibrate to the Hialeah people.
Yeah.
The cool thing is, our office is right next to Palacio de Cuba.
Oh, nice.
That is, oh my God.
So my wife looks at me and says, you know, please do not abuse the chicharrones.
That's awesome.
All right,
All right.
good.
Yeah, I think we're good.
I
So, oh yeah,
To the
second.
Second.